So John and Christy, we'll turn it over to you guys. I know y'all got a $10,000 first month earner too.
Thanks, Todd. I'll tell you, we also did not make $10,000 our first month. I mean, we also didn't have the system of growth. If we did, we'd be millionaires right now, or billionaires. Who knows?
Wait till
Yeah.
you meet this dynamo.
Yeah. So,
all right. Did you?
yeah, she'll get on. So they'll show the spotlight here in a minute. There she is.
There she is.
So Dan, you're going to unmute yourself too. So this is when it's important to really work with your people in your downline. So Danielle is not somebody we sponsored. Someone in our downline has been dripping on Danielle for a while and sponsored her. Danielle lives out in Colorado. She joined the end of March. And just by chance, a week later, there was an event in Colorado Springs, not too far from where Danielle lives. So we said, you need to go to this event. It's going to be great. There's some great leaders there. Kitty Holt Larson from Corp was going to be there. And so again, we didn't sponsor her, but we made the trip out there to support her and be there for her. And she and her husband, Ben, were able to come out for most of the stuff and just soak it all in. So Danielle, I know
it was all last minute. Yeah, it was crazy.
So we know you're over the 10,000 mark. In your first month. Congratulations. That's a combination of selling drops and comp plan, right? So tell us, you've been in the industry before, but what was it about PartnerCo that attracted your attention?
Yeah, so like Ann said too, she had a lot of people reaching out to her. I've always had a lot of people reaching out to me as well, and I've always been just skeptical jumping in with somebody. I'm not one who just goes from one place to another. I'm very much a committed person whenever I put all my heart into something. And so whenever I had inquired about this, because I don't normally inquire either. It was with one of my good friends, Joyce, who sells the drops with me, and it was with John and Christy. And I had asked her, like, what are you doing, Joyce? And she told me she's selling these skinny drops, but she first tried them, loved the results, and then she started getting the word out on them. So, I started dripping into it and looking and prospecting and looking into the company. And I was just incredibly amazed by everything. And when I jumped in, I was so scared, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? But I did. I prayed on it and I talked to my husband about it. And I said, am I making the right move? And I just felt such an overwhelming, really good feeling. And just like John and Chrissy said, the fact that there was an event in Colorado Springs, which is like 45 minutes away from me, and I got to meet all these incredible people that are on this call today. A lot of you guys are on. I was blown away. Because I've been to a lot of events like that with the other company that I'm with, but I was just blown away by the testimonies, the energy, the positive, and how long people have been with this company. And that spoke volume to me. So whenever that is fuel, right? That's fueling my whole entire person inside of me, like I can be them, I can do that, and I believe in these drops and they're natural, and I like that because I don't like how everything is bad out there anymore, I feel anymore. So this being natural and these products are natural, and then I have such an incredible upline. John and Chrissy have been absolutely amazing. They drove all the way out, they met me, they showed up, and so they were true. And so that just showed a lot of power too and ammunition underneath me. And so that helped me to run. And I'm not one who likes to brag. And I told John and Christy, fine, I'm going to get the word out and say I made 10 grand my first month, because I was like, this is so awesome. And I want to keep running and be that one who just continues to make it strong. I see the power underneath Reese. I hear him speak and the things he says on these calls. And like Brenda, I see her, I met her, and she had so much energy in her. And just hearing your guys' testimonies and what you guys do, it gets the word out and helps other people to not only sell it, but just promote it, because it's such an awesome product. So it's like everywhere you go, I'm really huge in the community of working out and stuff. And people are asking me all the time. My other products, people didn't ask me about them. Here, they're asking me all the time. And so I'm selling them left and right. So when Ann was saying, always have the products on you, wear the pins, do whatever you have, but be a product of the product. And I just think, as soon as you hear somebody's interested, really get them involved and let them know they can sell it too. And that's something that I've had to change my mind and shift, is like, get on a call with your uplines, have them help you to teach them how they can sell and be a product of the product as well. And also help their friends to be a product of the product.
One of the things that Danielle did, because everybody's like, how do you do that? How do you do that? You started posting right away. Yeah. And then some of your friends started reaching out. And that's when you were just like, come join me, come do this. And so immediately people started just listening to you, right? And I mean, that the stars aligned, you guys. You don't even understand. Joyce Ryan, who is her real true upline, we're above Joyce. Joyce just did that. She was the conduit. She's the one that introduced. She couldn't make it to Colorado that weekend, but however, you know, Danielle, you came and you put your stuff aside to come, all right? But then one of your teammates, Maureen, on the same weekend went to an event for Susan Cameron
St. Louis.
in St. Louis. It was
Yeah.
just like the stars aligned. And she was your first teammate. And then who did she meet with? Todd. And so
Yeah.
she's done outstanding too. And so you have just started a little ripple effect that's going to explode. And your attitude, your personality, everybody loves you when they meet you. It's just you're just gonna shine. You're gonna shine. She's an upcoming star, you guys.
And the thing that she's doing though, right? And we talk about this all the time, is she's utilizing the three ways because she's
A
busy.
lot.
She's busy. She has a full-time job. You know, she's doing other business. Her and husband Ben are busy. They've got, you know, a couple older kids, but they're busy. They have a lot going on. So she utilized the three-way call. And Danielle, talk about how important that was for your success.
Well, and also mention in there everything you went through in the first 2.5
Yeah,
weeks
that's
of
why I forgot
joining.
about that
You know,
part.
that
Oh
was
my gosh, it was crazy. So when I first started, John and Christy didn't really know me, but I was getting ready to leave that Monday. So that weekend I did I think it was Friday and Saturday to Colorado Springs. And then on Sunday I had to get ready to leave for my other job for the week out east. And oh my gosh, so my brain was full. And by the time I got back from that, I got shingles. And my doctor said, okay, you got to stay home. You can't go out, you know, be part of the community. And I was like, well, that sucks, but I don't want to get other people shingles. You know, I'm around older people at the gym. So then I was like, well, if I'm going to stay home, I'm going to work my butt off. Right. And I was like, I'm going to give all the power in here because it's just shingles. And I got it on my shoulder really bad. But I was so sick, you guys. I was in bed for 2 days, throwing up nonstop. Like I was so sick. And then shortly after that, our dog that we had for 16 years passed away. And mind you, I had another trip for work as well. So I had to leave that in California, come home. And then I had to take care of our sweet little girl as she passed away with us. And then something else happened.
eye infection.
Oh my gosh, I got an eye infection. I think it was because I was so stressed.
You know what? But it was instant trust, wasn't it? Because it's
Yeah,
hard to be bringing people in and just talk to Christy.
Yeah, I was like, just help me, please, you guys, I need help. But they stepped up and they helped me and they're like, we got you, don't worry about this. And that's where it gained a lot of my trust. And I was like, oh my gosh, these people don't even really know me because like I don't stress and I just go a million miles an hour and I'm always happy. But I was just like, I need your guys' help. Like I didn't want to lose all these opportunities.
Still did a tremendous amount.
Oh, thank you. It's the hardest time I've been through. I'm never sick. I was so sick and just losing something that you've had for 16 years. That she was the sweetest little girl and they were just so patient with me and understanding. And then I'll never forget this. Christy goes, well, John says you're online a lot right now and you're doing good. She's like, we got Danielle. And I was like, I'm back, you guys. I was so excited, but still, even with the challenges you have in your life, what I'm trying to say, just don't make excuses and just keep falling through. Know that you have a team for a reason because they're there to support you. Because even with that, I was still able to accomplish 10 grand that month and I couldn't have done it without the support of my team. So thank you guys for that.
Awesome. Dan, you're so excited for you,
Thank
Ben.
you.
I know you're just beginning, so congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it.